Hello, welcome to the Better Wounds podcast. I'm Heather Flexer. If you've been following along at all, I help folks recover from wound complications after plastic surgery, and I'm recovering from my own procedure. I'm about 5 weeks out from a breast lift and lipo, and I've been interviewing folks, and today I'm really excited because um, compression. Probably tried 5 or 6 different garments. I'm definitely on my third one so far, but I've got Valentina Ramirez, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for Tributo, Fajas, and there's just so much to learn. I'm really excited to have you on. So thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here. I am very passionate at Tributo. We are very passionate to help patients to recover through compression. So this is one of our favorite topics.
It's like wild out there, the variability that you will just not only in the garments, but like the recommendations are wild. I'll definitely see clients that want to kind of go into a smaller, lighter compression. I think probably a little bit too fast, but we'll definitely get into that. So obviously, compression is good. After pretty much any procedure, we're talking about cosmetic procedures here, but really anything, and that's to avoid excessive swelling. Um, we'll see it more often. It's a whole community in the plastic space, but not necessarily in the orthopedic space. But it's going to help prevent excessive swelling, which is very uncomfortable. So it'll help make you more comfortable and also help you get your shape back to what you were hoping it would be when part of the reason for going into surgery. But we'll see, Tributo is a Colombian Faja system, right?
Yes, we are based in Colombia. We were founded in Colombia, based in Colombia, and operate worldwide. Most of our clients are in the States, but we are 100% Colombian. Yes.
So what's the deal? Like why is like Colombian Fajas the best out there?
That's a very good question. I think it started because Colombia is an epicenter of plastic surgery, and women here have been trying to shape their body since long time ago. So they have been like coming from waist training to just contouring by plastic surgery or not, but they just always have wanted to have that kind of figure. And along with the plastic surgery, the whole industry was developed. We have a very big fabrics companies, and the manufacturing industry here is quite big. So it's a good place where quality of fabrics, quality of manufacturing unites with good production costs. It's not like China. It's most of the things here are ethically made, but it's much feasible to make good quality garments with good quality fabrics than, for example, in the States. So I would say it's a combination of different factors which have made that Colombia is an epicenter of compression garments, and it's been developing, I will say, for more than 20 years now.
So are there like I'm sure there are people are getting fakes on garments that are just using the Colombian like moniker, but they're not actually coming from Colombia.
Yeah, right now that there is this huge industry, there are other countries that are coming into the business because they have seen the business opportunity. However, they don't understand what is the deal with compression. The fabrics are not the same. I mean, most of the compression garments are made of power net, which is a garment that has like 20% of like elasticity, and it gives the compression. But the thing is, there are many qualities of power net. The knitting, it could be more dense or less dense, and in that way also more compression or not. If you will compare a Colombian garment with a Chinese garment, for instance, you will see immediately just by looking at the fabric, by looking in the tiny holes, how the holes of the power net in the Chinese garments are more bigger. They will lose the shape in couple of laundries compared with the Colombian quality, which like you can be using the same garments for, well, as long as you are taking care properly, you are not putting them in hot water. But
Right.
quality is something that Colombia definitely brings to the table.
So I've seen, like I mentioned before, folks, like even some of my clients are like, oh, I just want to be comfortable. They try to, and docs will recommend more of like the single like a Spanx type garment for compression, which doesn't seem like enough to me.
No, no, it's not. It's not. Unfortunately, there is not like a unit. I mean, there is a unit to measure compression, which is used mostly in compression socks, but there is not a standardized unit for compression garment, which is something that we are actually trying to achieve along with CSLs. But shapewear, like general shapewear expandex, yeah, they are comfortable, but that's not what you need. That is not giving you the enough pressure for the liquids, like coming back to your system and start circulating. Is not going to contour you. So if people is looking for comfort, we will like, it's not going to be comfortable. The post op recovery is not comfortable. That's something that people doesn't know. People go to surgery thinking that the only painful thing is the surgery itself, and then they face recovery and it's like, wait a second, why anybody told me that this is so hard? But you have to sacrifice a little bit of comfort. You get used to also at the beginning it's a little bit harder because you are not used to have this compression, but if you are consistent and you start using it every day, your body gets used to it. And actually it's, if you have the good compression level, your body will appreciate it because you have less pain, and if less pain is also more comfort at the end.
Yeah, I can absolutely attest to that. It was hard to get used to at first, but then it helped with the pain and I kind of forget about it. And once you get used to wearing the garment, it's like,
It's part of you.
it's okay. It does feel good to like let it out every once in a while, but then it also feels like much better and much more like it's giving you that stability when, like, as I'm trying to get back into work and do all these things and get the endurance back up, it really is helping to make things feel better. One of the weirdest things has been the numbness in my legs from the liposuction. So that is getting better and better and better, which is a good sign. It means things are improving and I'm gonna be okay. But that was weird. And actually, the compression really did help, and adding in foams helped as well. So that's a whole other piece of compression is foams
Exactly.
and boards and all those adding in. But that's really like to, from my understanding, and please share with me, that's to help where there's some like indentations possibly from the garment to help prevent that, to give you like a smoother shape. I've been using like the Nebby foam that has like the texture to it for my legs where there's like a little bit that needs to be broken down a little bit more, or I'm having like some nodule type things. Um, but do you recommend that in your garments, the foams and boards?
Definitely, 100%. Before getting into the topic of boards, I wanna say something about faja creasing, and that's something that I mean, we definitely recommend to use boards, but not only because of the faja creasing on the sides, because our garments are built, our stage two garments are built with rods, and it's actually a system that we have developed. We have patents for this type of garments. They are built with six rods, and two on the front, two on the sides, and two on the back, exactly to give that not only the support, like reinforced compression, but also to like help you to avoid that faja creasing that happen on the waist, which is extremely painful. It can cause faja burns. and it can cause discomfort and also some sort of dysmorphia. I don't know if you have seen, but when you have that like a creasing on the middle, like the body looks like it's not in shape.
It stays
And
like that if you don't like do something. Yeah.
exactly what the roads, like you can see the shape that the roads give to you, and it's actually helps to accentuate that part. It's
That's what
hard.
we're all going for, is that shape.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And actually, when you were talking before to get into the boards topic, like there is this extra benefit that is sort of psychological, because I have also done a plastic surgery, and I remember that those first days you are so swollen that you are like, but where is the what I did? I can't see it yet. But once you get into a stage 2 garment, it's like, oh, there it is.
There it
Like
is. Yep.
immediately, even if you are a little bit swollen, you look into the shape, you know that you are getting somewhere, and that is a fantastic feeling. Like we have received so many testimonies of clients that they were like, I was thinking my surgery wasn't going anywhere, that I didn't get any result, but once I get into my Tributo, I saw what was my shape, and that's priceless. That like super valuable
And
emotional benefit that the garment has.
and getting in the right garment is going to help you get to that end result that you were envisioning faster. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, if you just like let your body, if you're not getting in the right garment, it's just gonna, it's not gonna,
Yeah, yeah.
it's, you need the massages, you need to get moving, you need to get in the right garment.
I am very empathetic with all of the people who is going in recovery, because it's really hard work to navigate. There's so many things to know. It's not only how to choose the right garment for you, but it's also the boards. We recommend the boards. We develop boards our in inside Tributo, because there are some areas like the lower abdomen, like fupa, or the lower back, that it has more swollen by nature, by gravity. They are like tend to collect more liquids than normally, and by the especially for people that has BBL, like they need, thinking in this challenging part, they need that they don't have any kind of compression on the butt and hips, but they also need compression on the lower abdomen. And by structuring a garment, if a garment is providing you, like it's offering you or providing you not compression here on the hips, it has less tension in this area. By engineering, it's a little bit harder to provide. So what we do is we definitely recommend to have a board like you can place on here, that it will add that extra compression. We have the option in our custom garments to add extra fupa compression, which is a inner layer that we place in the fupa, with basically by is give more tension to the fabrics, and therefore there is more compression. But there is nothing like the board, with once you put it there, you feel that extra support, and that has the extra benefit to
Yep.
like improve your posture. And by posture, it's another benefit. And it's also because not all of the bodies recommend different. It's also depend of your diet, how much movement you are having. So it depends if you, I don't know, all the time sitting, or you have consuming a lot of sodium, you tend to get more liquids in certain areas. So the boards help you to, okay, to listen to your body and say, where I am more swollen right now. And in that area, you start placing your foams and your board to help your body to navigate, because not all of the bodies recover in the same way. We
And
normally
all of
say to
that
people, same.
pressure too is going to help to, like, if you only had lipo and didn't have, or you had lipo in spots but not like a tummy tuck or anything, it's going to help that skin retract as well by getting like some extra compression on there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And the flattening of the stomach, like, is different when you, because of the posture. It's like a combo effect. See, when you have the board, then you stand up, and then the skin start flattening more, and the abdomen also start flattening more. We know it's not comfortable, but it's a little price that you have to pay for a couple of weeks or a couple of months in order to achieve the best results. If you compromise, like you are very, very consistent during the first 3 to 6 months, using the boards, using the fajas consistently, 27, at least 12 hours, then you will see the result. Your body will definitely appreciate it. And it's also a thing to listen, to see your body, and try to feel, to listen to your massage therapist, that they are like touching you, so they can tell you, hey, you are more swollen in this area, let's put boards, or let's put more foams here. let's help your body to recover.
But it's going to change like as you're going through the process, like how your body's responding. You're going to know, like I've noticed it myself, like, oh, this is like a weird section here that seems to swell. Like I need more compression there. And then I'd put it in, and the next day it looks much better. So it's a good like feedback. But you talked about timing.
Yeah.
So 23/7 in the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of that now. It's interesting to sleep in like you're never out of it. I'm like, I haven't been naked for a while. It's,
It's challenging. Because we know how hard it is. Like the first night you don't sleep, basically. You are so uncomfortable. There is so much thing going on in your body that you really don't sleep. But once you get in stage two, like getting into a garment 24 or 23/7, it's so complicated that we developed this sleeping garment, which is made of a different fabric that is power net is made of a one direction elasticity, so only stretching in one direction. But with this bi bi-directional elasticity material, or like very high-tech fabrics, it has four ways of yeah, to stretch, and in that way imitates the movements of the skin. So it gives a compression level. It's not as high as an stage two, which is very high compression, but it's perfectly enough compression during the night. It will promote recovery. It will, yeah, promote blood circulation. We actually suggest that goes all the way to the ankles, so it covers all the legs to like
mhm.
flows that blood. But it's much more comfortable. The fabric is super delicate, and then you are in a garment. You can be calm and relaxed because you are following the routine, but in a much more delicate and comfortable way, because it's definitely necessary. Like most of the surgeons that we work with, they say, please 23/7, only take care of for going to shower.
Yeah. Absolutely. When is it appropriate to wean? Like, I know there's like a timeline, but what are you looking for in your body response? Like, how do you know when you can start leaving it off a little bit longer?
Well, it's varies in everybody, because, as I say, there are so many factors, like your surgery itself, like how strong it was, how is your diet, like how much hydration you are getting, how much activity. So it will change. Or there is a frame that the trauma start reducing, like at the third month, more or less. After 3 months, most of the results are done. Like they start getting some sort of permanent, and I say permanent on quotes, because anything in life is permanent. Anything.
Right.
It's not like you are going to get that shape, and if you eat bad, you don't do exercise, you are going to keep that shape. But just for the sake of the conversation, let's say you get that if you don't introduce more trauma, your body is not going to be more contouring. You will keep those results that you have so far there. But 3 months, to be honest, is the minimum. Is the very minimum. Like before that, don't even think about it. Almost
Yeah.
any surgeon will say that take your Faja before that. After 3 months, we recommend, okay, depending how you are feeling, maybe you can switch to 12 hours or 10
So
hours.
like be in it during the day and like take it off at night, that kind of
Exactly.
thing. Okay.
Exactly. However, in our experience, because we deal with clients every day, we have had like thousands and thousands of clients. And by seeing the result, we really love to follow our clients on social media, like all of those surgery pages that they are showing and sharing their experience. And those that are happier with the result, they have compression routines up to a year,
Yeah.
boards and everything, but then you see the results, and then they are super snatched. They're like their waist is exactly how they imagine. They are not experienced like big swelling. And then you hear the stories of the people who are frustrated, and then you are asking like, how long did you use the Faja? And they were like 8 weeks, and then I stopped it because it was super uncomfortable. And then you are
Yeah.
okay. There you
I
go.
get
And then
that too, because even like I'll have folks come in for like I do body work too, and they um will come in and I'll ask them, like what were you doing? And it's always like they were using this flat kind of compression thing. It didn't have they weren't adding anything in. It didn't have any structure to it. And they're like, I don't know, I hate, and some folks I don't think had the right procedure either. So there's a lot of factors, but I agree. Like they're like, oh, I had to get back to work and I couldn't deal with it. So I stopped wearing it.
No, it definitely it is challenging during the summer, and it's very understandable. That's why most of the surgeries are done during the winter, so they deal with most of the compression during winter time, and in summer they can relax a little bit. But to people who do surgery in summer, they need to know that they have to compress. It's not an option. And I think garments like this is our top sole model, and I think it is the top sole model because it's much more easier to use under different kind of clothes. So you can easily put it under clothes, and it will be invisible. Basically, the only person who will notice it's you that
Yeah.
you're using it. But these are garments like even if you are working in I don't know construction or because if you're working in an office, it's like it doesn't interrupt your life at all. We have many clients that are nurses and they are walking all the time in the hospital moving around and the garments helps perfectly to like to move around. I actually have a personal experience. I am a runner and after a month I could start running again, but my body couldn't run without a faja because it was painful, like it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
and I wear my sleeping garment and I got that support even for running and I so my body was okay, you have support now, then I could continue my activity. And in that way I will say that it is there is no excuse. Like if you want to be consistent, you can get along with compression.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody knows what's going on under your clothes anyway. It's just you. I
Yeah.
got the comment when I went back to work, like, "Oh, you're standing up really. Your posture looks great." I was like, "I don't know how it couldn't." Like I'm all snatched up in here. So do you ever like fully get out of a garment, or are you always kind of? I mean, I would see for like a special occasion or under a nice dress, or you want to, like look your best, you might be wiggling back into one.
Yeah, the thing is that you will, unfortunately, after plastic surgery, you will be always a little bit swollen. Like swelling is gonna get back in some point. But definitely, I would say that most of the people, based on our experience, after 6 months, they are like, I'm done with this
Done with
thing.
it,
So
yeah.
they recover their life, and maybe they use it on the weekends, or they move to a waist trainer or to a vest, to something that is mostly about contouring during in the waist, or as you mentioned it as a special occasion. But most of the people just don't want to get anything to do with garment. But then there is this very small portion of people who it's faja life. Basically, they are so used to have faja in their life that they use it a couple of times per weeks or per seasons, and they just they just like it because it's helped to control those swelling. Yeah,
So
but
you
you will have.
mentioned waist trainers, and I've seen, like, I get it that it helps with contouring, right? Like, whether you have a procedure or not, like, it's something that you can use to help shape and everything. I've seen, unfortunately, like, I think people will use them instead of a faja. Like, and I've also seen, just because I deal with wound issues, with a tummy tuck incision, like they're using um, the waist trainer instead of a faja, which I'm like, no, no, bad idea, because it's literally cutting you right where your incision is, and I think it's adding to that potential friction and then digging, and so you really need like a full garment, especially right after surgery. If you have a wound develop, I think it's fine to use compression. You just want to make sure it's not too tight and that the wound's getting blood flow. We need blood flow, obviously. But don't use the waist trainer in the early stages of recovery.
100% agree with you. You need the whole garment because it's a whole system. It doesn't stop in the. It's not like your circulation, it's only on the abdominal area,
Yeah.
basically, that you need that the whole body flows. And if you interrupt it on the waist area, basically you are not giving it enough, and it has side problems, like it doesn't have compression. Waist trainer doesn't have almost any lower abdomen compression. It's basically you are not giving anything to your fupa, which is a huge mistake. You need the compression there. It might affect the results of the people with BBL because it can indent in the hips or in the butt a little bit. So no, definitely people should go into
Yeah.
waist trainer after 6 months. And there is also a bad side, especially if you are like a big BMI's silhouette, that if you have fat on your upper back, it will
Like,
mark there, and it will
yeah.
create these marks here that they not only doesn't look good, but it might let marks there. So definitely no. Waist trainer is after 6 months or something like that.
Even if you haven't had any like work done on your legs, if you're putting, if it was like, let's say a breast procedure or maybe the abdomen a little bit, liposuction or something, if you're just putting the compression in the middle, you're still going to get swollen in your legs, and you're
Exactly.
just like pushing everything down. So now all of a sudden you're going to be like, why are my hips all misshapen? I didn't have a fupa before. Why do I have a fupa now? Like, it's just
Exactly.
going to make everything worse. So you're much, even if your surgery doesn't go into the lower legs, you still, it's better. I mean, I've been wearing compression. I didn't have anything on my lower legs. I've got compression from my toes to my neck, basically. Just to, yeah,
Your blood circulates in the whole body. If you are giving compression only in one area, where is that blood going? And where is, like, you have to think, as the body is a whole system. It doesn't work independently, and a garment is a whole system as well. So that's why we also recommend, even after during the first 3 months, to try to avoid short length lane. We try to always recommend like mid tight or even the knee,
yeah,
especially if you have had something on your legs,
yeah,
because it's about helping your lymphatic system to recover. And there is a lot of work being done, because the lymphatic system is completely destroyed after plastic surgery, and it needs that help that the garment is giving.
yeah. And you need time. You got to give it time.
Yeah, well,
Um,
patient if you are doing this.
um, you said the word and faja burn, and I get um, people send me pictures of their wounds, and then I kind of help them along the way. I always get like lipo burns, and then the doc will be like, no, it's a faja burn. And I'm like, there's no way that the faja gave you like a deep stage, like a deep tissue burn. That's from liposuction. To me, they look completely different. Like a faja burn is like a friction type of thing, or as you spoke about with the crease, because you're not padding correctly, or you're not wearing a t-shirt underneath, or something like that. But it's not a deep burn where your skin is charred. So
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
a
it is.
faja is not going to do that.
Exactly, and especially because, as in everything, that I think our motto is listen to your body. If you are feeling like some sort of like red spot on your garment, I mean on your body in certain areas, like evaluate how you are placing your things. Like the first thing to check is it might be a little bit too much compression. Should I like put it in a bigger hook, so it's not so compression in that area, it's causing too much friction. I am using a tank top, maybe I am not using anything between my skin and the boards, and that can cause a lot of friction over there. But it definitely different from lipo burns. And I think if you are feeling some redness, and if you think it's from the faja, and if you take your faja off for a couple of hours, that will disappear
Yeah,
easily.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
if it's something else, it will stay. It will stay there. So it's a lot of about listening to your body, and of course depending how sensible, because there is people like that has much more sensitivity on the skin than others. So for those, it's better to protect better most of Colombian garments, at least the good quality ones, and that's what you pay when you are paying for good quality, are lined with a soft lycra, which is very, very delicate. It's even cold texture that it will protect your skin, because there are the cheap garments are made that your skin is directly in contact with the power net, and that's painful. Like that on the
Yeah.
abdomen area would cause a lot of friction and it's not comfortable. But having that inner layer that is very, very delicate, it will not cause those kind of things. It's just that you are adding many things when you are the phones, the boards, then it might be better to have a tank top as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's so many different things, and you can't be afraid to
Mhm.
experiment a little bit. Like, even if, you're following all the rules, like you said, you have to listen to your body. It's going to change. If you've gone out and had, eaten food out that you're not preparing, or you're having a drink or something like that, like you're up later, you didn't get enough sleep, all that's going to really
You have
affect.
a lot of stress in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's the holidays. Things are getting crazy. Take it easy. You've got an excuse. Go put your feet up. Like, I can't thank you enough. Where can people find Tributo and more information?
Well, we are for our custom garments, people can find in our website, fajasdistributor.com. We specialize in custom garments, which are made exactly to your measurements. They are great garments for people who have a big ratio, difference ratio between waist and hips, and also to ensure that you have exactly the right compression that you need in all of the areas. We highly recommend to assist your purchase with our compression guru. She will help to take your measurement, and this is something that I want to emphasize uh, to when you are going to buy one Tributo, because the success of the garment relies on how good you take your measurements and how like seriously you follow the guides, especially in the torso, because we have very specific. I know it's a little bit challenging, but if people have any doubt, they just can contact us and we will assist them for free. We can even get them into video calls, and our compression guru will listen their needs and will advise the best garment. So we are very proud of our support team, and they will be there to assist you, because we know that there is a lot of questions, and that's the
Yeah.
most message that I want. I'll let here. If you don't know what is the right garment for you, if you don't have any idea what is your measurements, reach us. We will be happy to assist all of the client. We know it's an important investment that the silhouettes are doing, and in that way it's better to do it in the most informed way. We also have a couple of distributors in different cities. They can help you to take measurements, or they have some fajas on store that they are by size or semi-custom. So it depends the city. They can reach us, and we will tell where our distributors are. But we reach the whole world. We have garments sent to Japan, Australia, Kenya, and every corner in the States.
Amazing. So I will definitely post information below, wherever you're seeing this. So if anyone's looking for information, you can check out down below. And thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. I really enjoy our conversation.
Yes, so great. I hope this helps somebody. It helped me.
For sure it will.